All right. I'm here live with Bob Crane, who works for Movement Mortgage. And Bob just won Affiliate of the Year in the Syracuse Board of Realtors. And I just wanted to bring Bob on real quick and just talk to you really quick, man. I mean, just watching the journey that you've had over the past several years and the way that you've built up your team and the service levels that you're providing to the Syracuse market are actually unprecedented in a lot of ways. And I just wanted to just get you on here and talk to you a little bit about what you're working on in Syracuse and, how you won Affiliate of the Year. And so tell me, Bob, like, how do you?
Well, truthfully, it was a real honor to get that recognition. And, just being in the market in upstate New York, Onondaga County, in the Syracuse market, serving the realtors in this market has been an honor. I truly appreciate and value every single one of them. And my goal basically is to try to give the highest level of service to every single realtor that I come in contact with, whether it's on the listing side or the buy side. I'm fortunate to have some valuable members of my team out there in the real estate world that are amazing. But more than anything is working for a company that really has established this amazing process that we can deliver to the community is without a doubt, just to me, unbelievable thing.
Absolutely. Now, historically in Syracuse, real estate closings were taking how long? Like years ago?
Well, this is still kind of going on in the market. Be taking between 45 and 60 days to close a mortgage loan in the market. We're doing our best to completely try to change that. So we're trying to process our loans in a matter of a couple weeks rather than a month. We're trying to get clear to closes from start to finish in 7 to 10 business days. It's happening. Not every transaction obviously goes smooth. There are bumps in the road when it comes to some deals, but for the most part, the process, the system, that movement has allowed us to be able to access has really kickstarted, this amazing delivery of service that we can give to the community that in some respects has been missing. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to accomplish that.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in upstate New York doing mortgages for a very long time, like yourself. And it's always really been a question to me, is like, why is it so hard to close in New York? And watching the way that you and your team are actually changing that, like you're actually providing an option to close faster. You're actually accomplishing faster closings. We're getting commitment letters to people faster. What does that mean? Like all of that's like stats, blah, blah, blah. But like in reality, like what does that mean to a real estate agent, to a buyer?
When you're able to deliver a commitment letter in a day, it really sends a message to everyone involved with the transaction that we're on our game. We're going to get this done quickly. We're going to communicate. We're going to be transparent from the beginning to the very end. And that's what I feel sets us apart. Just to be able to deliver that initial kickstart to the process and get the commitment letter out. Then we can say, hey, you know what? Let's get going. Let's get this thing. Let's order the appraisal. Let's get it back quick. Let's get to
Interestingly, more than 70% of your loans have all of the borrower conditions in less than 7 days. And that's the stats on your loans, like 73%, I think. But that too, even like it's like the goals that we're living by are very different than previous years. Another thing I wanted to touch on too, which is actually, it's just very unique about Movement Mortgage. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on this, but I've always been a very competitive person, and I've always enjoyed competing in the market and stuff like that. But working at Movement, because of the fact that so much of our money that we make is going to building schools for underprivileged kids, it's going all around the world. It's doing so much good in the world. How has that changed your mentality?
It's amazing that the culture that is behind us with every mortgage we do, because what we like to say at Movement is, it's not all about mortgages. It's about people. It's about helping people. It's about making a difference and making a change in this world and making it a better place. I have to tell you about our leader, Casey Crawford. He's the one that really kickstarted this whole culture. And he comes from a philosophy of giving, a philosophy of, elevating the community and the people around him.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful feeling when you plug in that culture, that philosophy, and then you back it up with this amazing 7-day process, this amazing process that we have, and the resources that we're that we have access to as loan officers, as processors, as underwriters. The system, the process is just off the charts. And
Yeah.
it's just it's a pleasure to work for a company that represents those values. I feel responsible to be able to carry out that as best as I can. Let the community know that we're different in that respects, and that we are owned by a foundation, and a good portion of our profits goes into nonprofits.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, it's like my life previously, like it was about, making money, doing my job, and to just see my hard work going towards educating kids and stuff like that. And it's like every time I get a mortgage, we help a family, there's this double edged like benefit to the world. And it really changed like my idea of competition completely, actually. And yeah, no, I mean, I've loved working with you, Bob. One thing I will say is that I believe that all of your success, like a lot of the people on our team, comes from the fact that you're coming to work every day with all of your heart. You know what I mean? And that's one thing about you, is that you wear your heart on your sleeve. You care, and people know you care. And I really appreciate you, coming on and just seeing all you do for the community.
And thank you, Brendan. It's a pleasure to work for this company. I feel honored to work for this company. I feel a responsibility to be able to deliver the best possible process. But again, do things that what we can do is we can change. We can elevate the culture around us. We can get rid of the narrative of the delayed closing. We can try to change that narrative so that if these loans close quicker, we can get them closed more efficiently. We can communicate, and we want to elevate everyone else around us to be able to do the same thing. Because when everyone's pulling a rope in the same direction, all the mortgage companies and the realtors out in the community are working for the greater good, which is helping each other. This whole real estate industry in our market becomes a better place, a better situation for everybody.
I agree 100%. 100%. And I love that you mentioned Casey. I mean, he talks a lot about how the purpose of success isn't just to like have something for yourself. The purpose of success should be to serve others, serve the community. An individual's success just not very much when it doesn't do anything for anyone. So, yeah, I love that about us and about you, Bob. Yeah. So one more thing before we go, I wanted to ask you about. Another thing that you've really like specialized in and has really helped just like a lot of people. And I like to say, when I make people cry now, it's tears of joy. But you do rescue loans. Can you just tell me just a little bit about what is a rescue loan, and tell me about that?
Well, obviously there are situations that realtors and borrowers are getting into when things just go wrong. And there's delays that are occurring for whatever reason. I mean, we're in the mortgage business, all sorts of different things in the real estate business can happen throughout the transaction. What we like to do is that when there's a borrower or a realtor that's struggling to get a loan to the table for whatever reason, we'd like to try to step in and rescue that loan and get that to the table in a matter of days.
Yeah.
And I've seen the reaction that realtors have had when we've done that. And it's quite remarkable that we're able to do something like that and save a deal that's potentially not necessarily going to die, but it's fading away. So a lot
of times that's where our speed comes in, like just like it's a rescue, I mean, people are often in a very big time crunch when deals fall apart, and the fact that we can come in and get a commitment letter the same day, we can get it closed in a week. It goes from a total nightmare to closed, and that's an amazing service that you provide. But yeah, awesome, man. Well, we can do this again.
Yeah, appreciate the talk for sure. And
yeah, absolutely. And congratulations, Bob, on winning Affiliate of the Year. If there's anybody that deserved it, I think it was you, man.
It's really not me, to be honest with you. It's the company I work for that's allowed that to happen. But I'm just so grateful and so thankful for, again, our business and within the community. I'm so excited about Onondaga County in the next decade. I feel personally that this is going to be the number one real estate market in the country in the next decade because of the chip factory, because of things that are going on within the community. And it's super exciting. It's such a great time to be in this business. Nothing but positivity going forward. These realtors that are gear up, because you're going to have the busiest, most productive, most lucrative time in your life coming up in the next decade, next 5 years, without a doubt.
Awesome. Well, thanks again. And if anybody is in Syracuse, wants to reach out to Bob, numbers here, we'll put it in the comments or whatever. But great. Thanks so much, Bob.
Take care.
All right.